In this last lesson on geometry, we are going to move from the two-dimensional areas that we've been doing into three-dimensional volumes. We are not going to find surface areas. The formulas are in this chart, but we're not going to be doing that. We're just going to be finding volumes, which is what it takes to fill a particular solid shape. Okay. We have first the rectangular solid, which is sometimes called a prism, and it's a box. And the volume formula is the length times the width times the height. A special kind of prism is a cube, where the length, the width, and the height are all the same thing, so you can just say it is the side squared. Then there is a sphere, which is a ball. The formula for a sphere, you must well, I keep doing that, know the radius. You can't use the diameter. If you're given the diameter, you're going to have to cut it in half. And the formula is quite unusual, and I like this version a little bit better. It is 4 times pi times the radius cubed, radius times radius times radius, all of that divided by 3. And finally, the last shape, which was not in this chart, so I've added it, it is a cylinder. And the cylinder looks kind of like a can. And find the volume, it is pi r squared, that would give you the area of the top or the bottom, and then multiply that by the height of the cylinder. So let's find some of these volumes. And by the way, the units for a volume, it's always going to be the product of 3 units, so it will be cubic units. Cubic units. All right, let's look at number 1. Well, I can't seem to get that activated. There we go. What is this? This is a prism, and the volume for a prism is length times width times height. So please write the formula down. The length, it doesn't matter which unit you count as what. I would think of that as 9 inches. The width is 3 inches, and the height is 2 inches, but you do not have to have those in a particular order. So it's 9 times 3 times 2, which gives me 54 inches times inches times inches. You could say it's inches to the 3rd power, or you can say it is cubic, abbreviated CU, inches. And this is another one of those problems where you'll type in the 54, and then you'll do the pull down menu, and you'll be looking for cubic inches. Let's look at number 2. More of the same. This is a prism, which is a box, and it is length times width times height. So it is 7 inches times 5 inches times 2 inches. Once again, it doesn't matter about the order. So 7 times 5 times 2 gives us 70 cubic inches. Let's look at number 3. Okay, numbers 3 and 4 are both spheres. So the volume of a sphere, which is a ball, the volume is that funny formula 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. And remember, r cubed is to write down the radius 3 times. So this will be, and let's see, it says approximate. We don't have to do exact and approximate. we just do approximate in this one. So the volume is approximately 4 times 3.14. That makes it approximate when you put that in for pi, times 27 inches times 27 inches times 27 inches. And when I get that answer, I'm going to divide it by 3. All right, this is going to be a pretty large number. All right, I have 4 times 3.14, 27, 27, 27. Just the, whoops, I'm sorry, I just heard my calculator go crunch. Just the numerator is 247,218.48, and I need to divide it by 3, and it is cubic inches, because it's inches times inches times inches. Then divide that by 3, and I get 82,406.16 cubic inches. And that is the approximate volume for this. And it says to round to the nearest tenth. So I would need to round that to 8. That may not be on the screen. 82406.2 cubic inches, just because it says to round to the nearest tenth. Right? Let's practice another one of those. Give myself plenty of room. Volume of a sphere. The volume is 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. This is even going to be bigger. This is approximately, it says to do the approximate one, 4 times 3.14 times 73 inches, 73 inches, 73 inches, divided by 3. So if you have a very small little simple calculator, this number may get too big for it to handle. All right, I have 4886053.52 divided by 3, and this is in cubic inches. Which is 1,628,684.505 cubic inches, and the instructions again say to round to the nearest tenth, which will be 1,628,684 point just a 5, because this is the tenths, and I'm going to leave it just like that, cubic inches. All right, the next problem that we have, we're going to look at a cylinder. Okay, let's take a look at a cylinder. Give myself a little space. The formula for the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times the height. And it tells me to do approximate. So the volume is approximately 3.14 times 3 inches times 3 inches again, because it's squared, times the height, which is 7 inches. So that will be 3.14 times 3 times 3 times 7, which is 197.82 cubic inches, round to the nearest tenth. So that will be 197.8 cubic inches. All right. And number 6 will be just like that. It is a cylinder. The volume for a cylinder is pi r squared times the height. I'm supposed to do approximate, so it is approximately 3.14 times the radius, 1 inch, times 1 inch again because it was squared, times the height, which is 4 inches. So the volume is 12.56 cubic inches, round to the nearest tenths. So this is approximately 12.6 cubic inches. It's very important in math lab that you pay attention to where you need to round. Be sure that you make yourself a list of these formulas for volumes, and you could go back to the previous lessons for areas and circumference as well as perimeter.